Welcome to RTBU Express TV. I'm Emily Barker. Today we're joined by New South Wales Secretary Alex Classens. Alex, good morning.
Good morning,
nice to
Emily.
see you. I guess we'll start by getting an update on the developments in the rail worker enterprise bargaining negotiations.
Okay, so where we're up to, the government initially wanted 5 agreements. With the assistance of the Commission, we've now been able to get that down to 2. And of course, last week the government actually put an offer on the table. They put a 2-year agreement on the table, 3% per year. Unfortunately though, they want to take 2 very important clauses out of the existing agreement, and that is the job security clause and the indefinite salary maintenance clause, which we've currently got. So we're at the process at the moment of going back and having caucus meetings to discuss within the unions what this all means. And then sometime in next week we'll probably have meetings with the delegates, and then we anticipate later on having another series of workplace meetings to inform the membership about where we're up to.
And Alex, I understand the union is launching a campaign on this issue to involve the wider public?
Yeah, that's correct. So what we're going to do is we're going to launch a public transport pledge, our transport pledge, and where we're going to give our members and their family and friends and the wider community an opportunity to have a say, and that pledge will actually be given to the Transport Minister, and it will actually give them a very clear indication of what the people in New South Wales need. So that transport pledge will be, when it's launched, will be available on the Our Transport website, which people can go to. So we would encourage everybody to get involved and actually get that pledge signed.
Now, there's obviously been some serious upheaval in the New South Wales government recently. What does this all mean for RTBU members?
Look, I mean, you know, let's call it what it is. Mike Baird, the privatisation premier, is going to be out there selling off everything he can get his hands on. That may actually help the community, transport community, because he is saying that some of that money that he's going to get is going to go into better rail infrastructure, etc., etc. But, you know, like all these great promises, we'll wait and see on what that really means. In terms of us though, our Transport Minister has retained her portfolio, so I don't anticipate anything drastically altering in the short term anyway of this government. So we'll just wait and see what the community thinks in March next year when there's an election. Absolutely.
Now in further government news, there's been the announcement that the state and federal governments have finally agreed on the second airport's location. What's the union's position on this?
Yeah, look, it's good that they finally made an announcement. The problem we've got, of course, is that we believe there needs to be a lot of planning and there needs to be an integrated transport solution. You know, it's not good enough to just say we're going to extend the Leppington line because, you know, already it takes over 50 minutes to come into the city from Liverpool. So I think, you know, there needs to be a lot more work done in this space. We're actually advocating the fact that the railway line needs to be built before the airport.
Yep.
You know, and there's a whole range of work that needs to go into that. But, you know, again, they're all saying at the moment, the government is saying because we don't have the money, we're just going to extend the Leppington line, and we don't think that's good enough.
Can you talk me through the introduction of the Opal Card and what this will mean?
Yeah, so the Opal Card has got a take-up rate. Unfortunately, though, we believe that the government's actually forcing people onto the Opal Card. By closing ticket windows. Stations that have got multiple ticket windows, they've already gone through and changed a lot of those. We've already lost about 50 ticket sellers out of the system. The bigger concern though is the smaller stations where they've only got one ticket window. When that person is taken out of there, there'll be nobody on the station for anybody to come and seek advice from. So that's a real concern for us, and we'll be advocating in the community to make sure that the community steps up and actually tells the government they want to have people on their stations.
And finally, RTBU members will be marching in the May Day parade.
Yeah, it's really exciting. It's been some time since the RTBU in particular has participated in this annual event. This year, of course, we're in there boots and all. Our bus division's organised some double-decker buses, and so we're really encouraging everybody to get out there and protest on, you know, what we stand for as a union, but also to protest against the actions of the Liberal government and how they're attacking workers out there.
Well, thank you for your update today. It's lovely having you.
No problem.